Hi! So, a little update for you on what I said last week was going to be a very scary and anxiety-inducing week with Alfie's IEP meetings, and also to fill you in a little bit on this week, which has also been crazy. Yeah, so let's get into it. If you like what I'm doing, don't forget to hit the little subscribe button down there. It really helps the channel. And yeah, I wanted to talk to you guys about last week. Remember last week I told you that it was going to be insane with the Alfie's IEP meeting, and I wanted to sort of fill you in on what happened and where we are with that now. It was interesting. It was a very interesting thing, the IEP, isn't it? It's kind of intense. There was four different people on the call. There was the lady who's in charge of it all, and then we had a psychiatrist, speech, and an OT, and they went through all their findings of Alfie and what they observed him doing and what they didn't observe him doing, and it was hard. It was hard at the first half an hour of it. It was hard to listen to because, you know, there's stuff that he does at home and stuff that we know he's capable of that he just won't do in a test setting. He just won't do it. So it was hard for us to hear them say he can't do it when you know that he can. So I feel like they, as always, you know, they underestimated him, which is hard to hear. It's hard to hear when they're saying that, but as I've heard from people from your amazing comments, and once again, thank you for all your comments. It's really helped us through this. It's really helped me, especially to read your comments and your advice about all this. You know, I asked for your advice last week, and so much of what you said was so helpful, and I loved people saying, you know, it's the services he gets from this that's important. So in a way, if they're seeing less than he can do, it's good because he's going to get more services. So I really kept that in mind, and really tried to sort of stay focused on that. And yeah, that's what happened. They underestimated a lot of his stuff. I think the speech was pretty accurate. He definitely needs a lot of help with speech. And OT was kind of accurate, although there's lots of things he can do with this. Well, there's things here I've seen him do with fine motor that they said he didn't do, and there's even speech things that, you know, I've seen him do that they said that they didn't observe. But it is what it is. So the first half of the meeting was hard to go through because they're just saying, you know, not there to tell you all the things that are great about him. They're here to tell you all the deficits, as they say, that he has in his education, in his learning. So yeah, it's hard to hear that. So they started off pretty dark, and then turned around to be really inspiring because they were like, well, this is what we were going to do for him. This is what we're going to do for him. So it was good, and our advocate was good. She was fighting with them pretty much, and we kind of took a step back because I feel like I've never done anything like this before, and I want the best for Alfie. So I really wanted to get, because of you guys saying it, basically, I took your advice and got an advocate who's very knowledgeable about this stuff. So that was really good, I think, to have that just experienced pair of ears and eyes. So she was fighting with them through everything, and even through things where I was like, oh, that sounds reasonable. She was really like digging down and saying, well, why did you find this? Why are you recommending this? When we got to his goals. So they first of all tell you what they observed and what they think are his problems, and then they go to goals, which is the goals that they want for him. And that's where the advocate was like, why? I feel like he needs more in this goals department. Why did you come to this conclusion? So we just sort of let her do the talking, and that was really good. So basically we got to the end of the goals, and they were like, well, this is what we want to recommend for Alfie. And it's the PALS program, where it's so, oh sorry, my email went off there. It's the PALS program, which is preschool all learning, I think it stands for. And it's basically, he goes into a classroom, he has a teacher, and the teacher is a special ed teacher, and then they have 2 assistants who give them extra support. And I feel like that's gonna be good for him. But they said that he didn't need one-on-one speech, which is absolutely insane. Or I should say, they said they didn't offer one-on-one speech in the PALS program. It's all in the classroom. But he really needs one-on-one speech because that's his main problem, I think. And our advocate was really good at sort of saying he really does need extra support with speech, which he does, because, you know, he's not really conversational and his pronunciation's kind of gone backwards a little bit, which is scary. Does anyone have any advice, or have any of you experienced with your kids on spectrum that their pronunciation of words regresses? Because we've definitely noticed that recently, which is kind of scary. I don't like it. But is that a normal thing? So that's one thing. And also he's not really eating by himself anymore. He used to, and now he just throws his food around. So that's OT, that's sensory, I guess. So he needs a lot of help with stuff like that. So that's what they recommended, the PALS program at the school. But our advocate said we definitely need to get him one-on-one speech. So apparently we don't sign, like a lot of you said, don't sign anything. We didn't sign the paperwork. And they said, don't sign it until you've been to the school. So this morning at 10 a.m. we went to the school, and it was amazing. It was like, we've been to a lot of schools, like for neurotypical kids before we knew Alfie was on the spectrum. And this school had the best vibe of any school we've been to. So it was really exciting, and we got to peep in a class, an IEP class. And there's like 8 or 9 kids all with different special needs in the class, and it looked really cool, and it really looked like Alfie would have fun. They all looked like they were drawing with crayons, and they all seemed so friendly, and I can really see him in there. You know, he's been getting bored at home, and I feel he needs friends, and he needs you know, kids to hang out with his own age. And they were so sweet, these kids. And the teachers all seem so nice. So I've got a really good feeling about it. So yeah, that's where we are. So I'm excited about that. I've got to call the advocate now and say, like, what are the next steps? Do we sign this, or what do we do now? And they gave us this enrollment package, which we have to fill in all that stuff. And so yeah, that's where we are. The school seems amazing. I hope they can take him. I feel like they kind of said, just enroll him and he can go. But guys, he might be going to school. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Oh my God, I can't take it. Imagine dropping him off. Oh my God, and he'd have a little backpack. Oh God, I can't. Oh, there we go. It's next stage of his life, I guess. Very exciting. I'm so thrilled that he's gonna, have little friends. And one amazing thing, when we left, a little boy brought his friend into the office, and he was like, my friend's tummy hurts again today. So he was bringing his friend into the nurse to help. It was really sweet. I really liked that kids were helping each other. Anyway, interesting times, interesting day, and yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. It's him going to school. I can't wait, and also I'm like, what was your experiences with your kids going to school for the first time? Is it like really heartbreaking? I know it's not heartbreaking, it's great for them, right? Let me know in the comments. What's it like first day at school, first week at school for your kids on the spectrum or not? I love you guys. Let's talk again next week. Yeah, speak soon.